Three, two, Jack, we are live. Episode. Why are you laughing at me?
Are you doing all right today, man?
I'm fighting it.
You are fighting it so hard today.
I'm fighting it. Episode 15. The No One Told Me Hockey Podcast. Jack, what is going on? I'm fighting it. You better not be.
I am also fighting it today, but for more of a physical fight because I probably got one of the worst nights of sleep ever last night with this train situation we got going on, and then just didn't sleep good. It was terrible. So, and then I woke up with a sore throat. So I've been hammering cough drops all day, some Dayquil. So I am also fighting it. But we're gonna have a good show here, though. It does not matter. We fight through it. We're almost done with the day, which is positive. So.
It is a positive. Now, I got a question about the train situation. You guys are hunting for apartments, right? You kind of search, apartments in Utah. You're kind of looking around a bit. During the conversation with the landlord, did the train ever come up? Did the guy say, yeah, there's a train that runs through the night?
Well, no, the train's usually not a problem, but they just started implementing this horn thing where they do it when they go across the road, and they hold it for as long as they go across the road. So it's 20 seconds of and it's a loud horn. So it hasn't been a problem before this. So I called the UTA, and if anyone listening in Utah, give UTA a call, let them know about the horn so we can end this. I guess the maintenance people here have been I guess they've been getting complaints about it, and they've been telling everyone to call the UTA and complain. So
that's tough. I mean,
I don't know, dude. It's brutal though.
I feel like as a landlord, right, you have to kind of.
Well, it's not a landlord. It's a big company. Apartment building. Yeah.
I think you got to hint to the people with you got to tell them hey, for example, my apartment's the only dog friendly apartment in Manchester. So I know that there's going to be. Yes, I know there's going to be barking. No, I know there's going to be stomping. Yeah, I'm the guy. I think I said this on the pod before. I'm the guy without the dog. People look at me. They're like, "Where's your dog?" I'm like, "I don't."
They're probably jealous of you. I would hate to live in an apartment with a dog. Having to go outside in the freezing cold and stand out there with that dog at 6 a.m. before you go to work.
Oh,
screw that, dude.
Now, if you
that,
I think I don't know.
They're
if I
jealous
told you
of
this.
you. They're jealous of you.
I don't know if I told you this. The other night, the fire alarm went off at 3:00 in the morning.
Do you get up and leave? What do you do? What's your play?
I was out the door. Now,
you were probably the first one out. Knowing you, you were the first one out of there.
Wait, but here's a couple of things. So first off, if this was the ploy to get us out of the room for some I don't know, terrorist attack, I would have been the first one dead. I just walked right out of my room. I didn't even check my surroundings at all. Could have been a fire I was walking to, half asleep. So I walk outside the room first of all. Second of all, these dogs are just
wait. I got a question. So you're clearly asleep, right? What are you throwing on? What are you throwing on?
My closet's right outside. My closet's right next to my bedroom, so I just grabbed a pair of shorts and a hoodie. But I went right to my car and just sat in my car because I was just cold.
Good call. Was there anyone who came out in a robe?
Yes.
And slippers?
Lots of robes. And I told
how do you feel about that?
That you got to put the robe away. The only time
this isn't the Sopranos.
The only time a robe is appropriate is from the shower to the bedroom. That brief 30-minute time period, you can feel luxurious, put on a robe. Maybe your initials are on it. I don't know. So don't be wearing the robe in public. It's like you said, it's not the Sopranos.
Was there a combination of guys and girls wearing the robe?
It was mostly elder men wearing the robe. I don't think I saw a female in the robe.
That's definitely an old school thing.
I saw I saw a dog. This is a good one. I saw a dog wearing booties.
Oh,
for the snow. Did he know how to
walk in them? Did he know how to walk in them though?
He kind of didn't like it. He's quick on the toes. But I'm saying what if it was real fire? You're gonna risk your life and the dog's life and your family's life.
Oh, true.
Running out. I gotta put the booties on the dog.
Booties on. Get the booties on. Get the booties on. So, that's true. I didn't even think about that. So did you turn the car on? How long did it take to get back inside?
A while, 30, 40 minutes probably.
Oh,
yeah.
The fire department come and everything. Did they ever? What they should do is they should point out whose fault it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody pulled it. Somebody pulled it.
Call him out.
It's like
Call him
middle
out.
school. You weren't getting away with. You pull the fire alarm in middle school. It is Sherlock Holmes. Somebody, you're getting found.
Did you know like those things shoot ink?
At the middle school?
Yeah, like the fire alarms that you pull, they shoot ink out when you pull it, so they know
what
who
if it's a real
pulls
fire?
it. Then you're fine. I mean, it's not like you're gonna get in trouble.
But you're
like,
inked up.
Yeah, but like if there's a fire, there's a fire. Pull it. But like they're trying to prevent people from pulling it to just for the sake of pulling it. So they put like ink in it so they know who did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently, I don't know for sure on that, but that was the rumor in middle school and high school.
I don't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. That was a big thing in my middle school. People pulling the fire alarm.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of nice, dude. I got fired up when the fire alarm went off.
It's a nice break.
Unless it was cold, dude. But you were fine though.
South Florida, beautiful. I always had a question for the teachers. I always used to say this. I was probably an annoying kid that always asked this. I'd like raise my hand and be like, Mrs. like whatever her name was. Say your name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Mrs. Feynman. Like, what if there's a tornado and a fire drill at the same time?
You would be that kid.
Yeah, they'd be like, we'd probably go outside. Like, oh, really? What about the tornado? Like,
you're one of those asshole kids.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So I think that was about as far as my antics went in middle school, asking ridiculous questions.
And when did this fire alarm get pulled?
Like in my place?
Yeah.
Like 3:00 in the morning.
Like last night?
Oh no, it was probably like a week ago.
No. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, you're really battling it today. If you had to go outside at 3 a.m.
Oh God, no. Yeah, no. Doing better though. Now we're rocking the podcast. Best part of the day. So
I'm feeling a little lethargic. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
But can you hear me?
That's all right. We're moving. Yeah, there you are.
Okay. All right. Yeah, feeling a little lethargic, but I had a good weekend. What did I do on Friday? I went out for Mexican food. Is Mexican food the best
by far
food out there?
By far, not even close. By far.
What would you say is number 2?
I personally don't love Chinese food, so I'm gonna go with Italian, like pasta and stuff like that. But a lot of people do put Chinese up there. I'm gonna veer away from that one.
Chinese wouldn't be my second, but what would be my second is a good sushi place.
Ooh, so like, not the place we went. Not the place we went.
No, not the place we went. But a good sushi place is a close second. All you can eat too. It's got to be all you can eat for me. But that's a close second for food categories. So I went out to eat Mexican on Friday, and then Saturday we had a barbecue. So this weekend, is it warm out by you?
It is beautiful. Today was 70 and sunny. It was so nice.
Yeah, same. So all weekend it was super nice. So I had a barbecue, played a little bags. We're getting back into the summer motion here. Feels good outside. I was in a t-shirt, shorts.
I'm looking to go to the there's a minor league baseball stadium right across the street from me. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats. They're the AA team for the Toronto Blue Jays. So I'm looking to go to that.
Is it actually right across the street from you?
Yeah, it's probably like 7-minute drive, maybe less.
You got to go. What are they called? The Fisher Hawks?
Fisher Cats.
Why do all those teams have the most outlandish names ever?
They do have some weird names.
They probably got some sick stuff in the gear shop though.
A New Hampshire Fisher Cats hat would be pretty cool.
Yeah, right? Like that would be legendary. But so we had a barbecue, and then yesterday, Easter, did the church thing, went out to breakfast, and then I golfed 18. So
nice.
I can't complain.
How'd you shoot?
Dude, it was tough. We played, so me and my two buddies, we played like legit rules, drops, and everything. So I'm not even gonna say the score out loud. It's under 100.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
But it wasn't my best, but it's under 100, so it's in the 90s.
I watched the Masters, so does that count for something? I feel like I did something that I watched.
Do you think we were talking about this? Do you think how much more money, revenue do you think golf courses and like the golf shops and PGA like Superstore made over this weekend? Like, do you think there was a significant increase in sales because the Masters is going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm gonna say a stat. This stat could be so wrong and people could make fun of me, but I did hear this over the weekend. Somebody told me that the gift shop at the Masters, so like
Oh
the
God,
clubhouse
yeah.
at the Masters, is doing $1 million in sales a day over the Masters weekend. Now, I
No
heard that, and that's
way.
an outrageous number. However, I know one person that went to the Masters this year, and they
Yeah.
posted on their story that they had spent, and it was under $1,000, over $500 at that gift shop. If that one
Wow.
person is spending that much, and that's probably like the average goer, I wouldn't put it
Yeah.
past them that they're doing $1 million in sales
Oh, I
per
don't either.
day.
I don't either at all. And like the thing is like one of those pullovers there anyways, like $100. And then
Oh,
you buy a hat, that's another
yeah,
45. That shit adds up real easily.
yeah,
Like 5 pieces of 5 articles of master stuff, and you're looking at probably $300 easy.
yeah.
And then they're probably people are buying stuff for their family members,
Yeah,
everything. So I bet I would guarantee they're probably doing $1 million for sure.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. It was really. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Wait, they post that after because they couldn't bring their phones in, right?
yeah. After it was like at their hotel room.
Okay. Dang, I wonder how they got tickets for that. Do you know? Or no?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that. I want to say maybe a family member works in golf. I'm not sure.
That would be sick. That is one of like the hardest things to go to.
That'd be
That'd be
so cool.
unreal.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
So, yeah, it was a good weekend. The weather is nice now. The flooding is coming into play here. So people are putting on their rain boots around here. Everyone's trying to
Oh,
get what's that called? Like water damage insurance. Is that what it would be
yeah,
called?
yeah.
Like
I think so. Yeah, home
water
insurance.
damage
Yeah,
insurance we'll go with.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone around here is trying to get that. So we're on the second floor, so we're golden. We're in a
You're
good
fine.
spot. this is this is when I like living in an apartment. You don't have
Oh,
to worry about that shit.
absolutely, absolutely. So did you watch? Did you watch Saturday night the championship game?
So I got in and out of it because of we were at barbecue and whatever. So I saw bits and pieces of it, and then I watched the recap today, like 17-minute recap on it, highlights. So let's get into it though, because I want to get your opinion on it because I'm assuming you watched the whole game.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to kind of break it down for me, and then I want to talk about something that I noticed just based off the goals alone.
Yeah, yeah, I would say it was a great game. First of all, it was a great game. I mean, as a fan of hockey, right? Not
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
trying not to analyze it, right? As a fan of hockey, right? That's a great game to watch, right? You got the late score to tie it, you get overtime, right? It's exciting, great crowd.
yeah,
So it was enjoyable. I think as a wannabe analyst, right, and former player, right, looking at it,
yeah,
I would say that the skill and speed of Minnesota early on was a bit overwhelming for a nervous Quinnipiac team. And you kind of saw that early on, a couple mistakes. One of them led to a goal, but not that an
yeah.
individual mistake caused it. It was more of like a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota was kind of in charge of the game for a bit. Now, Quinnipiac was getting chances, as they should. I mean, they were playing a great game. That, like I said, while Minnesota was kind of controlling the pace of the game for a bit, Quinnipiac was getting chances. The shots were close. Now, it's 2-0, right? Jackson Nelson scores a nice net front tip off the angle shot that kind of bounced back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
say
that was a nice goal.
it was a great goal. Right now it's 2-0. I'm watching the game and I say to the person I'm on the phone with, I said this could get ugly. I was very right.
Yeah.
Minnesota could turn it on. It could be 5-0 very quick. There's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Quinnipiac gets one late in the second or kind of early. I don't know. It's probably midway through the second, right?
Midway.
Metza rips it through the crease. It was a nice goal by Tellier, right? Kind of tips it in. And now it's 2-1. And Minnesota kind of starts to go on their heels a bit, right? Quinnipiac builds
Yeah.
some momentum. They're coming. The third period rolls around. And this is all Quinnipiac. I mean, I think Minnesota had one shot through the third. I want to say that was the stat. Is under 3 shots. I'm
Under
pretty
3 for
sure.
the whole period.
I know that with like 5 minutes left or 7 minutes left, they had one shot. I think. Now, people out there could check and it could be wrong, but I think that's what the announcers
Yeah,
had said.
wouldn't surprise me though.
Yeah, and they're Quinnipiac's dominating, right? Minnesota's chipping it out. Quinnipiac, their transition offense was great the entire tournament, entire season, always has been. They're
Mm-hmm.
turning it back up. Now we get that power play at the end. What's interesting is if you look at the penalty Cooley took, the close ref does not call a penalty.
Yeah. It was
So
the other guy.
I'm watching this game and I'm looking at the clock. There's 5 minutes left. And I say to myself, I said, good on that ref, right? He's not making an impact on this game. It's not affecting the play, right? The puck is somewhere else. So whatever's going on is not affecting the play. The whistle blows, the far ref has his hand up. Obviously,
I don't know. I don't know how that works with like sightline. Like
judgment.
if he can,
It's just judgment.
Like if he can see that straight down like the wall.
Oh,
I don't know, but my understanding of like refs was like it's the near guy who pretty much has the call.
Yeah, I mean, and
most of the time.
You think about it. Look, in a regular season game, is that a penalty? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
and it's probably a penalty on both of them, right? That's probably coincidental. But a national championship game with 5 minutes left in a 1-goal game, no, put your whistles away unless it's a blatant call.
Now, do you think if it was reversed where it was flip-flopped like for teams, do you think he would have called it? I don't think so.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean,
you'll never know, but
you never know. And look, was it the right call? Yeah, I think it was a penalty, right? It was probably a penalty on both of them. It looked like the Quinnipiac guy was kind of holding his stick a bit. But, hey, I mean, to call that late in the game, regardless, right, they do kill off the penalty.
They killed it off.
They do kill off the penalty. Cooley gets out of the box. He kind of back checks through the house. Colin Graff, my teammate from Union College.
Oh, really? He played at Union?
Yes, he did. Has the puck on the flank.
That's cool.
I'm watching it with one of our other Union teammates. His feed is above mine. Like his feed is first. So he goes, "Oh my God, Graff." I go, "Did he score?" He goes, No. So I'm watching this. He doesn't score on the first attempt. I'm like dialed into this game. Like, oh my God, he has it again. He shoots. He scores. I go, "Oh my God, Graffer scored." He's got his mouth like covered. Like he didn't want to say it. But awesome to see.
That's sick.
Yeah, awesome to see one of my teammates have such a great season and score that tying goal is incredible.
That was a great, in terms of placement on the shot, like that's why you put the puck there. Because stuff like that.
Exactly.
With like the guy in front drawing so much attention to him, big body in front that the goalie's not even really set on, squared up to his shot. And
it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Sick. That's really
cool. It was really cool to see. I wanted to see him succeed, but also is he shooting to score there? Is he shooting to put it on net? I
doubt it.
I think he was kind of shooting to put it on net. He got a great bounce. They score, they go to overtime, and nice face-off play drawn up. And now, after the game, coach said it was all the assistant coach for the great drawn-up face-off play.
Yeah.
I wonder this, and I'll probably ask Graffer at this point, right, throughout any game, right, you have a set amount of face-off plays, and it's up to that center to turn around and say, hey, we're running this. And you probably do that every single draw on every single face-off, right? I wonder if the plan after overtime or after regulation was to start with that play, or that was up to the center to decide. I'm going to say it was up to the center to decide. That's what I'm going to think.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's interesting because you're going right. Dude, do you fucking hear this?
I do hear that train.
Oh my God. So I don't know. That's hard to say because you're going into, like the, first puck drop of the overtime.
Yeah.
But that one's tough. Yeah, I'd be interested to know if he actually if they called that, like the coaches called that, or it was a center decision.
It's interesting.
How many plays in terms of plays? How many plays do you have from the neutral zone dots?
I would say we probably had
especially
5.
off the center dot.
We probably had 5. Now it's not 5 different ones in terms of the center and the 2D are doing different things every time. It's more so the exchanges, like center to wing exchange, center set, like wing to wing, like it's those. It's not that the variation's not that much.
Yeah. Did you see a celebration?
I did see the celebration. It was interesting. Now here was something that was interesting. It looked like, now you can't really name lines in hockey in terms of in college hockey, right? First line, second line.
Yeah.
You have an idea though. So you have Graff, Quillen, and Lipkin on Quinnipiac. That could be argued that that's Quinnipiac's first line, given their production throughout the season. Minnesota has the last change. They were the home team.
Yeah.
Minnesota started their third line to start, or their so-called third line. Now, I look at that as a coach / player. I think, all right, in the locker room, maybe those guys were playing good, right? Third line, go give us a start, right? You guys give us a start. You never know. But do you start your I don't know. That's something that's interesting.
Well, especially if you have last change, it's like if you see their arguably first line out, like is that third line like the best defensive line that they have?
Very well could be.
You know, I don't necessarily know, but if I was a coach and I saw the first line going out there for Quinnipiac, I would probably put out my best defensive line and then follow up with my top scoring line.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, they're all great players. Either way.
Yeah, they're definitely good, but I mean, there's some strategy involved in it. But like also at the same time, I guess I don't necessarily remember where Minnesota's D were on that face off, but I'm assuming one of them stepped up on the half wall.
Yeah. So what happened was they ran a center wing exchange. So what's interesting with that is usually it's center on center. Like when you're taking a neutral zone face off, and as you would know, and anybody who has played at a higher level, right? Center on center. That's the rule. When that center wing exchange happens, sometimes, right, you lose that draw, you look right at the puck. All of a sudden, that winger is now this, like that exchange happens quick. If you watch the video, right, Graf goes into that draw and throws it back, right? He's a pocket battle. Throws it back to Metza. Metza looks and hits the quote unquote center, who's actually the winger. So now the center and the weak side D are covering the same guy. It leaves the original center on the weak side for that break.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, that was an unreal pass too.
Oh, such a skilled play.
Oh my God, dude. Backhand. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Backhand right on the tape.
Oh,
that was crazy.
I do want to shout out some Minnesota guys though before we go.
Yeah.
And Matthew Nyes is playing. I think it's Matthew, right? Yeah, Matt Nyes. Nyes, regardless. Playing his first game tonight for the Maple Leafs. Jackson Lacombe is playing for Anaheim. Brock Faber signed with the Wild. So right away, right? No time to feel sorry for yourself. These guys are in the NHL, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that they knew that whether they win or lose that national championship, they're going to play in an NHL game within a couple days after that.
Very cool.
That's pretty great. Did any Quinnipiac guys
not yet
sign anywhere
Not
yet?
They will. I think
you
they
think
kind of
NHL or are they taking time like with the win?
I think a couple of them will get NHL deals, as they should. I mean, you just look at like Graffer, for example. I mean, it's 60 points as a sophomore. I'm assuming he'll get an NHL deal. Now, I don't know. I don't want to really speak for him, but I mean, still a sophomore, so could get a degree, but I don't know. You never know. Whatever decision he makes will be the right one. So,
yeah. Well, one thing I noticed about the goals and how they were scored was, I mean, so if you look at Quinnipiac's 3 goals, 2 of them were pretty much set plays in a sense. I think the one with this like scissor down the wall with the defenseman who passed it, cross, I believe it was a defenseman. I think that was a set play, kind of like in terms of like, kind of how they run their offense, maybe a little bit. Like if they scissor, they have a guy, because the announcer said it was a set play too. So, and I could see it being with like that scissor happening. It wasn't really a scissor, but it kind of was.
Yeah.
And then that winger busts into the back door. And then the third goal, like that was clearly a set play. So 2 of their 3 goals were set plays. And like, if you think about Quinnipiac, that just fits their game, right? Like they follow a structure and they execute it really, really well.
Yeah. And I'd say
like
that
those 2 goals are very telling of that.
100%. It's you're spot on. I love it. You said one thing in there. I'm trying to think to the exact quote that you had said. You're trying to set plays, running their offense, right? So I think that in hockey, there's few opportunities in a game. They all stem from the same thing where you can actually have a drawn up set play. It's off of face-offs, right? So off of a face-off, it's almost like football, right? I can plan.
Yeah.
It's one of the few times in hockey where you can actually plan for the situation. Everything else, like Jack just said how they run their offense. The repetition in practice, the repetition throughout the season. Now, before the whistle, when they went out there, did they say, "Oh, if we get a rotation, we're going to scissor and I'm going to hit you back door"? No, they likely didn't. However, and this is what Jack's getting at and what he just said. the repetition and how they run their offense throughout the season makes it easy for them to read off of each other. So when that guy does roll high with the puck, I know as a D, my options are dive down the middle, dive down the wall.
Right.
He chooses to dive down the wall. Now the weak side guys are like, okay, he's got the puck. He's got a couple options. He could throw it to the net. He could throw it behind the net. He could throw it back up to the high guy. Looks like he's going to go to the net. I'm going to the net. So that was it is great to see, right? And look, you know what? To an example, yeah, it is set, but it's set off of like how they read off each other, which is I think is like it's great to watch.
Right. And then like I mean, obviously Minnesota is super skilled and stuff, but they're definitely not as structured as Quinnipiac, and they probably rely way more on their skill than they do their structure. And I mean their goals are pretty telling of that in a sense.
Yeah, high flying, high power, high speed offense. Yeah, creativity.
Like even though that guy, I don't know who passed it behind the net, even though he messed up that pass, for that kid to pick up that puck, make that move, have the patience to go around the net, and like that's like a high skilled play to be able to drop the goalie like that and then go around the net and feed your guy in the middle.
Yeah,
like that's a high skill play. Even though the initial way he got the offense was from a mistake, I feel like it's still telling of like how they play.
We used to have my coaches in college used to say, give a good player time and space is going to equal creativity. And I think that's so telling, right? If you give a good player time and you give them space, right? Then look out, because you're going to see some creative stuff, and that's going to lead to likely goals for them.
Right. And I think, I mean, that game, I wonder what the viewership was on that game. I'm curious to know like what that compares to. Maybe, I don't know, maybe what would you think? Like, I'm trying to think like maybe like a NHL playoff game or like maybe a different college sport. I wonder how that would compare to others in viewership, because that was a great game. Like,
it was a great game.
It was a great game. You know what I mean? In terms of a national championship game, like, and keeping it close all the way throughout the whole game.
The only thing I didn't like was like, and I think this is just hockey in general, right? Only the Big Ten network has a TV deal. Now, like you're playing the national championship game, it's on ESPN Plus, right? It should be on.
It was on ESPN too.
Oh, was it on ESPN too?
Yeah, it was on ESPN.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think NCAA hockey has to do a better job. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like obviously the market isn't the same, but they need to televise more games, or like figure out a way to televise more games to like to a national, not maybe national, or at least like somewhat local.
Now I got a pop
quiz or within the states around, for at least the states around them. Because like, go ahead.
Got a pop quiz for you. Do you know?
Oh man,
do you know who Minnesota played in their last national championship game?
Union.
Yeah, 2014, Dutchman, baby.
Union won, right?
Yes, they did. 7-4. 7-4.
I was like, "There's no way." I was like, the only reason you're asking that is because you knew it was Union.
I want to say Gossaspier was a +7 in the game. I could be wrong on that.
No, oh my god,
7-4 win. I think so. I'd have to. Don't quote me on that, fans.
Wow. Well, regardless, that was a great game, and I think depending on, I'm sure it's mainly a hockey base watching that. Like, it's not like March Madness where it's like you're gonna get everyone in the country to watch it, but I think that does a good job of it exposing people to college hockey, like it does every year for the most part, and helps kind of grow maybe the college hockey aspect of it a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we have a connection issue.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Okay, did you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
No, you're bullshitting me.
I swear I can hear you.
Okay. All right, what'd I say?
I don't remember what you said because I've been an idiot singing over you, but yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I just said that I think that game did a good job at like maybe not growing the game and like getting new people to watch, but like a good job at getting more recognition in college hockey.
Yeah, 100%.
Compared to maybe major juniors and stuff. I think it's always good to see like when they pack out a NHL arena like that and it's a close game and there's some good players out there. I think it only helps college hockey.
100%, 100%. Super happy for my buddy and all the Quinnipiac guys, and congrats to Minnesota. Awesome season. So, right on to the next one for college hockey.
Have you texted your buddy yet? Because I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to text mine.
Yeah, I texted him like I talk to him like fairly frequently, so I texted him like we're talking before the game, and texted him after, and congrats, thanks, enjoy the weekend, have fun, talk to you later. Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna like blow him up.
I feel. Right, I feel because like obviously the one that I know is the goalie, like starting goalie. So I'm like, the goalies are like weird, like where it's like I don't want to be texting him like before the game, like especially like a goalie. So I'm gonna text him tomorrow once everything settles down a little bit. But yeah, good for them. Congratulations. That's that's sweet. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, Bobcats, so sick. Baby. Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, cool. First national championship too, which is sweet. All right, so I want to ask you about this. So right now, NHL, we got pretty much 2 games left for every team, minus a few. Some of them have 3. So right now, we got some close races in the wild card. I want you. You want me to tell you who they're playing? Because I have them written down. Unless you probably might know too.
Like as of tonight, who they're playing?
No, like the last like games of their season.
I think I may know some of them. So right now, the East Coast wild card is a race between the Pittsburgh Penguins, the New York Islanders, and the Florida Panthers. Now, underrated, a dark horse, the Buffalo Sabres have 85 points. They're in a 2-2 game right now against the New York Rangers.
They're out of it, but I mean, Islanders, Penguins have 90 points. And
they are out of it, but
Florida has 91.
If Penguins, Islanders, and Panthers lose the next 2 games, the Sabres, if they win out, the Sabres are in one of those spots. Now, it's unlikely to happen.
Right.
However.
So, can I tell you who each one of them is playing? Because
yes,
your Panthers, it might be in a sticky situation.
Panthers right now are in OT against the Leafs with 3:30 left. So I'm hoping they win that. And then they play Carolina, right?
Yeah, Carolina, their last game, which is going to be tough. And then, I mean, the Islanders have Capitals and Canadians, which, I mean, they're both way out of it.
Yes.
And Pittsburgh has the best schedule out of all of them, even though they're a point behind. They have Chicago and Columbus, the 2 last place teams in the league.
2 last place teams in the league. But right now, if the Islanders lose to the Capitals in regulation and the Panthers win this game, the Capitals are up 4-2 right now against the Islanders. If the Panthers win this game, they're in. If the Islanders lose in regulation,
they're in, right? They would be in.
Yeah, so this is a huge game.
Does Pittsburgh play tonight, or are they?
No, they're not playing tonight.
Does Pittsburgh play tonight?
No. Nope.
Okay. Okay, that is a huge game. They're down. What's the score of that game?
Panthers Leafs is 1-1 with 2 minutes left in the overtime.
Yeah, and Islanders.
Islanders is 4-2. It was 2-0 2 minutes into the game for the Capitals. Not a great start.
They came out firing.
Yeah, not a great start. They lost 8 in a row, so it makes sense. They probably want to wake up at some point.
I would like to see Pittsburgh get in.
I would love to see Pittsburgh as well.
I don't know. I think Crosby, he's not coming to an end because, I mean, he just had a great year. But, I mean, I think I like him in the playoffs. I think it's good for the game.
Great for the game.
You know what I mean? I think having them in the playoffs and some other guys on their team too. I mean, like Malkin and whatnot, like having those guys in playoffs makes it better.
Oh, Malkin, Letang, Crosby. I mean, you love to see them make another push. I would love to see them make another push.
I agree. Okay, so then in the West, right? The top seed is locked already. Who is it? Who's in the top
Dallas,
spot? You know?
Dallas, I think.
No, it's not.
Vegas?
Regardless, there's someone. No, they're in the
Seattle.
So regardless, it's Seattle. Yeah, okay. Seattle. So we got Winnipeg and Calgary. Now Winnipeg has 91 points with 3 games left. Calgary's got 90 points with 2 games left. They both play San Jose once.
And the Jets are up right now against San Jose 6-2.
That could possibly be a lock. Okay, so they pretty much are winning that game. But then they play the Wild in Colorado.
Tough.
Their last games. 2 games. Yeah.
Tough games.
Very tough games. So obviously, probably with those teams, do you think they dress their starters? Like
You
they're,
know what?
top line guys, or do you think they sit them out?
I was thinking about this the other
'Cause
day. The Bruins did not dress some of their top guys yesterday against the Flyers.
Mhm.
Bergeron, Krejci
Yeah.
did not play. Now, I don't know. I was just listening to the Leafs announcer talk about it, and they were kind of saying, like, what's the risk, you know?
Yeah. I'm indifferent about it. Personally, if I was coaching, I would probably sit them out.
Scratch them
Like
or just
if
lower their
I'm
minutes?
oh, no, I think what I think I would scratch them. I don't
Really?
see a need for them to play the last 2 games of the year.
It's a fair point. It's a very fair point. I
And
think,
and and it
yeah,
could be an opportunity to get some guys, some extra minutes out there that might not be in those situations, kind of, or some guys who don't play or get called up maybe for a game or two. But I don't know if they're really going to call guys up in the AHL this late in the season.
yeah, it depends on
But
the program. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think as a player, right, you want to keep playing just to like keep the feel for the game and the speed of the game. You never like sitting out. Um, and part of me thinks, look, you could get injured driving your car, like to play that
Yeah,
game of will I get injured? Now, obviously, the guys that are playing a ton, right, those nagging injuries could add up over time. It's not like you
right.
get a nagging injury from driving your car, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that managing the roster toward the end when you're locked in already, you know your opponent. Oh, the Leafs just won.
Oh
The
wow.
Yeah, so you know your opponent. Maybe you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe you
That's really
scratch.
tough.
Maybe you do. Maybe you alternate them. Maybe you alternate some guys in and out. I don't know. That's a tough question. Tough decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would go on. I think I would err on. Obviously, you don't want to get them out of a rhythm, but I feel like with hockey, once you get into those playoffs, man, like once you're out there for that first game, like all that goes away.
Oh, 100%.
I think like a guy like those guys who are pros, those guys are ready to go no matter what, if they sit out a game or two or not. I
100%.
think
Yeah, I agree
so.
too.
I would probably err on the safe side. So Toronto just beat Carolina, or sorry, no, Toronto just beat Florida, huh?
Just beat Florida. And in this game, Austin Matthews scored his 40th goal for the 5th time in his career. And
Wow.
Mitch Marner had his 100th point in the first time for his career.
So did wait, how many years is Matthews been in the league?
Uh,
Six,
yeah, I think
five,
six. I think
five,
six.
5 or 6. Wow. So you said four times he's
This
gotten
is the
40.
5th time he's got
Oh,
40
fifth
goals.
time.
He's got 60 once.
Wow. So it could have been every year he got 40 or missed the year.
Yeah, I think he missed the first year. And then after that, he's got
Okay.
every year.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool. Good for him. Good for
Yes.
him. All right. So what do you got for me? You said you got a game or something.
A game? Are we going right to this game right now?
Unless you got any other hockey stuff you want to talk about.
I
Oh,
was gonna say it's only 38 minutes in right now. Are we talking? Are we?
we are
We got
off,
10 minutes.
man.
We got 10 minutes to talk about.
All right.
What were we getting into today? What were we gonna talk about?
We want to talk about a practice week here.
Oh, a good
And
practice week. That's right.
yeah, so give me a rundown on, for you,
For
a good
me,
practice week.
so I think a good practice week stems from the performance of the team over the weekend. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, right, if you're coaching a team or you're on a team, if you sweep, as in I win both games on my weekend, or if I lose both games on my weekend, is likely going to determine how the practices go throughout the week.
Oh
If I,
yeah.
I'm
Oh
going to talk
yeah.
about winning. I'm talk about winning too first. You
Okay.
win Friday night, you win Saturday night. Hopefully, I'm getting the Monday off. Like, hopefully, we're getting Monday off.
Praying.
Tuesday, because we were Monday off, we don't want to injure
Yeah.
any guys. I'd like to see a lighter skate, right? Maybe more flow drills, maybe some skill work. Wednesday, start to get into some special teams work, some power play, some penalty kill. Thursday, start looking ahead in terms of what are we playing on Friday night. Little pregame skate, little review of the other team's forecheck, what we're going to do against that forecheck, and then it's go time come Friday. However, if we lose
You
both
got
games,
you go flow day into power play probably, and then like
Well, I'm
like
saying
a
if we got the Monday
strategy
off.
practice.
I'm saying if Monday's off, which likely
You're,
isn't the case.
yeah,
But like if
you're letting
Monday's
these
off,
guys off a
yeah.
little light. You're letting these
But
guys a
I'm,
little
I'm saying we're
light
coming
up.
off a sweep though. We're playing
we,
good.
hey, we don't
Couple
take the foot. We don't take the foot off the pedal, baby.
couple sweeps in a row. We're feeling good now. If we lose,
Oh God, just
Monday.
pray.
You know what I liked? You know what I liked about my experiences where sometimes that Monday practice was a skill day still, but look out for Tuesday, right? Nobody wants to get injured after that Sunday day off because like Sunday's usually always off for NCAA rules in terms of you can't skate 7 days in a row. If that Monday's a skill day coming off of 2 losses, look out for Tuesday practice.
Dude, those are scary, man. You got a pit in your stomach until you get out till like Wednesday. You got to get through the first 2 days of the week if you get swept. Because like usually for us it would be like that, like you said, like a skill day type thing, and then Tuesday it's be like, all right, we're gonna battle a little bit.
What's the worst conditioning skate you ever had to do?
Oh man, one time I was in Wilkes-Barre, and I was in Wilkes-Barre playing for the whatever in the Null, and I won't say what happened, but some guys on the team got in trouble when we were on the road, and as soon as we got back, we stayed there the night. As soon as we got back in the morning, put our gear on, we skated. Oh man, I don't even know. We probably skated for 2 hours, like bag skating, and like we had to go around the nets for 30 minutes each way.
Tough.
At like and then skate on top of it. That was terrible. That's probably my worst one. And it wasn't even game related, which was the worst thing.
Yeah, that would
like
do it.
I had nothing to do with it, and I'm getting bag skated.
That's
what about you?
One. I think honestly, in youth, I had some bad ones in college, but in youth, when I played in Omaha, we used to do this drill. Now, through college, I wasn't the greatest conditioning skater until like later on, probably like junior, senior year. I started to like figure it out a bit better. But early on, I was not the best. Like I just was not good at it. And in youth, I definitely wasn't good at it.
Those boots were slow.
Heavy.
Lead boots.
It took me a while to get going. Like I was like a train.
Yeah.
Like,
you were.
Train. Yeah, like the train outside your room. So we used to do this thing. It was 4 lines on the goal line, and all 4 guys would race down to the other end, stop, full stop, race back. The last guy through the blue line, coach called the guy's name. He's going again. Oh, no. I'm not kidding you. I think, and my buddy will laugh when I hears this. I think I went probably 7 times in a row in terms of I was the last guy. So the coach like whistle, like tweet, Fletch. He'd call out the name every time. So finally, like after the 7th, once you lose the first one, you're done. You're done.
You're buried. You are buried.
I remember he goes with tweet, Fletch, take a break. So I just took a knee. I was like, thank God I've lost like 7 races.
That's how you know when they give you a break. That's how you know.
That's done.
They're giving you a break from skating.
Yes.
You just skated so much more than everyone else.
Than everybody else.
You're in like fat camp.
Pretty much.
Fat camp. Oh, that's
pretty
unreal.
much.
You know, the best I'll say in terms of practice weeks are when you are nearing the end of the season, going into playoffs, and like if you're still coaching at that time of the year, you've already lost. Like at that point in the season, like going over like strategies and D zone and stuff like that, like that stuff should for the most part be like solidified, right? Everyone should be on the same page about what you're doing. All that should pretty much be locked in. So at that point, it's more about guys getting touches, working on your special teams and stuff like that. So those those are the best, and you're getting amped
awesome.
up for playoffs. Like that is probably the best time of the year.
Now,
like
what
last
about
couple games?
I got one for you. It's the end of a practice. Would you rather, like, did you like doing a shootout at the end of practice? If so, what was your best like type of shootout? Like elimination, or you win, you're out, like you score and you're done, or like 3 puck, 2 puck? Like what'd you like doing?
I like doing. I like doing one where it's okay. So everyone goes through. Have you ever played orange lemon orange, whatever, lemon head, whatever you want to call it? Everyone goes through once. If you score, you go on one side. If you don't, you go on the other side. And then once everyone goes through, if whoever scored, they get to go till you miss. So, then you get a winner out of it. And then, then the guys who didn't score come back in, and it's the last guy alive until the last guy. And then with like the last 3 left, you line up on the sides of the dots. Everyone's banging their stick. That's high pressure.
High pressure.
You don't have much room to make a move. You have no room to make a move. You got everyone tapping their sticks, hitting you like in the ankle and shit.
There were some good. I got some good. I would say there's probably 2 separate drills that I didn't really learn until later on in my career. I wish I knew these as kids. And I think for youth coaches listening or anybody who hears this is great. For a youth hockey team, right? So I'm talking like probably between Kiwi to, I don't know, U16. Kind of a fun drill, I guess.
Yeah.
You have one shooter in the middle. If you think he's going to score, you go on one sideboard.
Oh, great.
If you think he's going to miss, you're on the other sideboard. And if you're wrong, you got to skate over and back. And then everybody does it. I think that's great. I think that's so great. And the other one, first time I saw this was in junior, shootout. When you score, you get to just helmet, gloves, stick in the lane. So the last guy to score has to 1, pick up all the gear. 2, has to go through all of that as he's kind of navigating his way to the net.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Now, did you like the game 10 puck?
It's funny you said that. I was about to say that one. I personally like it if there's less people on the benches. Like, so you can go a couple times versus like going once and there's 11 guys on your team.
There's a lot of conflict in that game.
What if the goalie shoots it down?
I mean, I think it should have to stay on your half of the ice.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I agree.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me? I see you. Can you hear me? Yes, no.
You hear me?
Shit.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I said,
I hear the train.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I said, I think it should have to stay on your half of the ice. Like, they can't shoot it all the way down. It should just be like within your red line. Because then it gets a little absurd. And people then get pissed off at the goalies and start like motherfucking them and hacking them and shit.
Yeah, it's the best. And
then if you don't leave the puck on the line and it gets
true. And then when the next guy goes, does he go when you're on the bench, or does he go when you skate through the blue? Like, those are all rules.
I go on the bench. Or no, I go once the puck is stopped on the line.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of iffiness on that. You know what the most heated game is of all time?
What?
Bubble hockey.
What's bubble hockey?
The one where there's a guy on each, so it's the nets are on the opposite sides of the circle. Then there's a guy on each side of the circle, and then 2 guys in the middle, or like a guy on each team in the middle.
Wait, where are the nets? Where are the nets?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, where are the nets?
The nets are across from each other on the circle.
So in zone, cross ice.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like the net's on one side of the circle, then on the other side of the circle, there's the other net.
Yeah,
and then there's a guy on each team in the middle, and they can't go across the halfway line.
Yeah. Because the halfway line's blurry.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The halfway line's blurry.
What do you mean the halfway? Oh yeah, it's like, so that's what blurry. I'm saying.
It's a blurry line.
Yeah. And then some guys will like have their sticks or like their feet in the circle. That game gets so heated. Oh God, I can't handle it.
That's a good one. Okay, are we ready to move on to this game here?
Yeah, this Wi-Fi is freaking me out. Wi-Fi is freaking me out, but we're gonna keep going through it.
Yeah, we'll battle through it. Okay, so
we'll battle.
I was doing
battle day. It's like a Tuesday practice. It's a Tuesday practice
after getting swept. After getting swept.
Yeah.
So I was searching a little bit on the NCAA website earlier today, just learning about the rules, kind of what they had to say about ice hockey. And I came across a YouTube video produced by the NCAA in which a male player from Clarkson and a female player from Wisconsin went about explaining hockey lingo to fans. So I've taken about 15...
Wait, repeat that again?
A male player from Clarkson and a female player from Wisconsin went about describing and defining hockey lingo for fans. Like, for example, what does light the lamp mean? So
yeah,
I've written down 10 of the words that they used in increasing order from easy to hard. And I'm going to have you tell me what they mean, and I want you to use them in a sentence. Deal?
You say you want me to use it in a sentence?
And tell me what they mean.
Okay. Dude, this Wi-Fi's... All right, whatever.
All right.
Go ahead.
First word is apple.
Okay, that is an assist for a goal.
Very good.
I had to use it in a sentence.
Let me hear.
That was an unreal apple.
There we go. 1 point for Jack. All right, number 2. Number 2, the word is pizza.
Okay. A pizza is just like a really bad, easy giveaway pass, essentially. You just pretty much gave it was like a giveaway pass.
2 for 2. Sentence? Let me hear it.
Holy shit, did you see that pizza he just threw?
Nice. Nice. 2 for 2. All right. It's getting better. It's going to get harder.
I might miss some of these. I feel like I might be out of date on some of these. Shit. All right.
Barn burner.
My feet are sweating.
Barn burner.
A barn burner is a close hockey game. Close and score hockey game. Barn burner. Oh, that game between Montreal and Toronto last night was a barn burner.
There you go. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. This was an easy one. But then I'm about to hit you with a hard one. Bender. Right. Bender. What is a bender?
Right. A bender is like a bad hockey player.
And please use it in a sentence.
Fletcher is a bender.
There we go. 4 for 4. I knew that was coming. Okay. Now this is a hard one. I was unclear of this definition, but after I read it, based on what the NCAA website said, it did make sense.
So they have the definitions on the website?
Yes, they do.
They're trying to grow the game, baby.
They do have the definitions on the website. Ready?
Yeah.
Bottle rocket. Ooh. What is a bottle rocket?
That's a brutal...
It is a bad one. It's a kind
whatever that is. It's cheesy. If it's whatever it is, I feel like it's cheesy. Bottle rocket. That was a bottle. It has to maybe something to do with a shot, like bottle rocket, like a hard shot, or like I'll just go with a hard shot.
Okay, I'll give you half a point,
or like a quick shot. I don't know.
I'm gonna give you half a point. According to the website, it's a shot that knocks off the goalie's water bottle. Therefore, it's a bottle rocket.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
So you're pretty close.
Have you ever heard that?
No, I've never used it. I've never used it. Okay.
Okay.
Down to the last 4.
Okay.
Cheese.
Well, it's usually paired with another word.
Yes. Very good.
So that's what makes it hard. So it's like I'm just gonna say, okay, so cheese we'll say is like in terms of like going like top shelf. Like
there it is. That's exactly what it said. It's exactly what it said.
Because I was like, yeah, like top cheese, but like is the cheese part like a trick part? You know,
it could be floor cheese too. Could be floor cheese.
Yeah, right. You could go. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to use that one in a sentence or no?
I mean. Marner went top cheese with 5 seconds left in overtime.
Nice. There you go.
There you go. Did he?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
Matthews, I think, scored. Okay. 2 left. Flamingo.
It's when you go to block a shot and you pick up one of your legs so you avoid getting hit by the puck.
Nice. Use it in a sentence.
Usually skill guys flamingo when they go to block shots.
Unless it's Matthews who leads the league in 5-on-5 block shots for forwards.
True.
Okay.
Very true.
Last one. This is going to be good if you can get this. Jack,
do you know it? Did you know it?
I think I would have had to think about this one.
Okay.
Jack, and for everybody listening, playing in their car, what is a plumber? I want you to think. What is a plumber?
So they do a lot of work on water pipes. Their ass cracks hang out.
We talked about that on one pod. We don't like that.
Yeah. What else do I know about plumbers? They work with toilets a lot. A plumber? Someone they fixing something? What are they fixing? They fix water pipes, toilets, sinks.
You're on
like
a decent path.
Is it someone who gets scratched and they have to like fill up water bottles?
You are incorrect.
What is
According to the website, a plumber is a hard worker who comes to practice every day and fixes the attitude of their teammates. Plumber. He's a plumber. He's a plumber.
I do not agree with that.
I do not agree with it either, but that's what it's saying on the website.
You said you knew that? You said you thought about it?
I said if I think about it, like, okay, plumber, like, yeah, guy's a plumber. Like, he shows up to work every day. He's ready to go.
Yeah, but so he brings his lunch pal every day.
Yeah,
essentially.
He's a plumber.
All right. That one's debatable. Two debatable ones, but the rest were good.
Pretty good. So, does that wrap up episode 15? No one told me a hockey podcast.
Yes, it does. Hopefully we got everything in here with our Wi-Fi battles, our lethargicness, but it does wrap up episode 15 of No One Told Me Hockey Podcast. We have Quinnipiac national champions. We got the NHL wildcard race well underway here with just a few games left. And Fletcher likes to if he was coaching, he likes to take it easy on the boys after a sweep on Tuesday.
True. I like that breakdown.
So that's about it. And we got a little hockey terminology.
Not a bad game.
Yeah.
Not a bad game. Maybe play with your friends.
Actually a pretty good game. Yeah.
I got one. I got another one for you.
All right.
This is a bonus one. Saw it on the website. Didn't think I was going to bring it up, but this is a bonus one. Jack, what does the term egg mean? Egg.
I think it means you post a 0, like you don't score a goal.
Very good. Look at that.
That's like a tennis term, I think, or something. I got it in trivia one time.
I'm going to have some eggs for breakfast tomorrow. And then I'll
me
put
too.
up an egg in my men's league game.
All right. Well, good luck, and I will talk to you later. See you, buddy.
Right on. See you later.